Welcome to 807 Emmett Street here in the city of Watertown, New York. We're going to start on the exterior, then we'll move inside to see the rest of the home. One of the unique qualities that I really enjoy about this house starts right here. This is such a rare quality to have in the city. Not only is it just under half an acre, but it is completely fenced in. You have a lot of well-manicured trees that provide you plenty of shade. You have a beautiful deck right here that overlooks this almost half an acre worth of lawn. And again, it's completely fenced in. And this is just beautiful. So if you have dogs or you like to entertain, this is certainly the spot to do it. Emmett Street is also a quiet area. You typically don't get a whole lot of traffic through this throughway. And the nice thing is you're between two of the major intersections. So you go this way and you head towards Coffeen, and you go the other way, you head towards Arsenal. You have basically anything you want to do. A super short drive from here. So you can see the back of the house. The things I like to point out and the things that I really pay attention to are the roof, the structure, the windows, the foundation, things like that. The house itself, from the information I was provided, was gutted 2022, 2023-ish. And you can tell the roof, from my perspective, again, always going to lean on a licensed home inspector, but from the roof, from my eyesight, looks like it's in really good condition. You have a metal roof, which is always nice to have here in the city where we do get some snow. And then you have this oversized garage right here. Siding itself looks like it's in pretty good shape. There's nothing structure-wise that worries me about the house. Now, this garage / barn, which most of these homes in the city were built between the 1800s and 1900s. This at some point was probably some type of carriage house. But to me, it seems pretty structurally sound. There's nothing that's glaring to me about this at all. But with that being said, this is an older structure. It's not going to feel brand new, but you definitely have a lot of storage in here. So I'm going to go in here quick, and then we'll hop inside the house. So when you come through here, you essentially have like a little man cave, office area, additional storage. You can see for yourself, it's in good shape. The floor is in good shape. The walls are plywood, decent shape. That goes to the exterior. You can see they probably have their dog out here every now and then. It looks like he's a gamer. He has the gaming laptop here with internet out here. But this is a cool section. So you could completely finish this, which wouldn't take too much, or leave it as it is in its current state, which is completely fine. Now, this almost looks like an addition. This is definitely like the older section here. You can tell, things are a little lopsided. The floor is not in the best shape. This is the older section of this barn / garage, which again is fairly normal for our area, considering the age of most of our properties. Here is the upstairs section here. See, they just use it for storage, but a good amount of storage space up here. So if you need the additional storage, you certainly have it. And I think it's almost a must for this particular property, because the house is smaller. The house is just under 1,200 square feet. So considering that, the fact that this comes with it is certainly a bonus. Okay, now moving on, we're coming through the side section here where we can make our way down to the basement, which will go last, or you can enter the kitchen. I have nothing bad to say about this kitchen. This kitchen's absolutely beautiful. I love the white cabinets. I love the countertops. It's all sleek stainless steel appliances. You can tell this was all recently renovated within the last few years. And then you have a nice sliding glass door. Again, overlooks a beautiful deck and the backyard. The other thing that's interesting about this house for the price is the fact that it has central air. I typically don't see that in houses that are in this price point. A lot of times you're not going to get central air until you're in the upper 2s, even 3s. So you can tell that they definitely appreciated that. I have a bedroom here, living room, dining room area, and then bathroom. So we'll start with the bathroom because we're right here. I guess the only thing that I would have to say is if you are taller, I'm about 5'7", 5'8" on a good day, and I can hit the ceiling in here. So if you're, 6 foot, 6'1", 2, 3, 4, some of these ceilings, at least in there and upstairs, are certainly gonna feel a little bit tight. But that's just, that may be a compromise you can live with, considering everything else. Completely up to you. Nice dining room section. That's the front door, and you have a cute little coat closet over here with barn sliders, which I'm always a fan of. Now, I did notice when I was talking about the central air, so you definitely do. I can feel it. They also have a supplemental air conditioner up there from what I saw. So just in case you had that question. But nice airy living room. A lot of natural light flooding through these windows. Windows appear to be in good shape. Even the finish work, you can tell that the individuals that did this rehab paid attention to the tiny details. Again, there's really not much negative I can say about this. It is in a really good shape. And I love all the intricate features like the barnwood right here. So before I go upstairs, here is the first bedroom. It's a smaller room. You have a little Harry Potter closet right here. The actual closet right here. Oh, excuse me, no, half bath right here. Oh, half bathroom downstairs, along with your full bathroom over there. And the rest of it. So it looks like they're more or less using this for a play area for their kids. It would be a tight bedroom, could be a good office for you, or for exactly what they're doing here. Now, moving on upstairs, I'll take my shoes off. Big loft slash bedroom up here. And you can see this is really neat with all of these skylights that also have all these pull down features, so you can keep everything dark if you want. This is gorgeous in here. So you have this section and all of these built-in closet slash storage area here. And then you have this over here, which they're obviously using as their nursery. And again, I'd say the only negative feedback, it's not even really negative, it's just more or less feedback here is, ceiling height here where it slants is definitely going to be tight for some people. If you're taller, again, could be an issue. If not a big deal. All right, moving on. I think really the last thing we have to look at is the basement here. I'll open up that pantry for you real quick so you can see that pantry. We'll get an idea of the kitchen again. Nice pantry, built-ins here, and then you even have this little section here for additional storage. All right, one last view here, then we'll head downstairs. So the things that I look for in basements, and this, guys, is where typically, like if you're going to find issues, it's going to be here. This is where your furnace is. This is where your plumbing is. This is where you can tell whether things get wet, whether there's, mold underneath, the floorboards, et cetera, et cetera. So the first thing that I really noticed down here in comparison to a lot of other city homes is it is dry. And the fact that they have carpets that are on the ground and they're not wet in other items here tells me that I think this probably stays dry most of the time. Not that things can't happen, but to me it looks like this basement stays dry. They do have a dehumidifier down here, which certainly helps with that. And looking at You see like the old floorboards here, which is really cool, the tree trunks. I don't see any indication of mold or mildew. You can see a lot of the plumbing, like majority of the times in the 1900s, I'm seeing old cast iron, I'm seeing old copper, and this is all Paxson PVC. So when they did this rehab, it really looks like they did it the right way. I mean, even the electrical you can see is updated Romex, which tells me, because here's your old electrical where the knob and tube would have been, all that stuff's ripped out, and you can see the new electrical run. So I think even functionality wise, they have touched a lot here. Again, there's your furnace, a high efficiency air temp, a 95% rating there, and even your ductwork's not rusted. I mean, here's a telltale sign here. Even the filter is not in bad shape. You can tell that they probably change their filter every quarter like they used to. Basically what I'm trying to get at is it looks like they know how to, not only did they update, but they know how to maintain. You have a gas water heater here. Again, appears to be in good shape. I'm trying to see if I could see when it was installed, but I don't see that. Here's your electrical panel, and I mean, you see everything is labeled here. So you got a whole system here where everything's labeled. You see where there's your AC, and then it correlates with the list here. So happy to see that, because most of the time I don't. And I don't know how many houses you've seen, but to see stuff this organized is always a green flag. Here's your main water meter. We'll continue to move through here. Now again, if you're taller, maybe ducking. I'm shorter, so I don't have the tall people issues, but I'm willing to trade if you have that problem. All right, so again, you can tell they have carpet down here. I think the ground needs to be, the floor could use a little bit of work, but that's nothing a day's worth wouldn't take care of with some paint and maybe some mortar. Washer and dryer downstairs. Again, looking at the electrical. And then let's see what's behind this door. Just additional basement area. Looks like that's probably your main sewer line there. Again, you can see all your plumbing here is PEX PVC, newer electrical. So overall, I would say very well done home. Has a lot of pros. In my professional opinion, the only con would be shorter ceilings and maybe a little bit, the size of the house is a little bit smaller than would. House, as long as you can live with the shorter ceilings and the size of the house, I think everything else is really well taken care of. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I didn't talk too much. Reach out to your agent if you have any questions. Thank you.